I want to share an insight about siblings rivalry. I posted a content about why many times how the nearest or those who are closest to us are also the ones that may not understand us, and sometimes either we only see the personal flaws on them or they only see the personal flaws on us, and how can we move past that type of emotionally challenging thinking or belief. I want to use an overall how our human experience works, and that I credit it to my learning from the Buddhist theory and through meditation practice, and how I personally able to kind of understand it with experience. So let's say I'm going to use an example. Let's say between siblings, about who should take care more of our parents. Okay, and a typical, or maybe sometimes a conversation that one sibling think their time is more important, maybe because of their job and etc. And they will say something that you should watch dad and mom more often because I'm so busy at work. Okay, or whatever scenario that is resonate with you. Okay, so our human experience, there are what we call the 5 aggregates, but I'll try to simplify. With our basic human senses, we are able to listen to sound, right? So let's say when your sibling say, oh, you should take care of dad and mom because I'm so busy. Okay, and that statement, if you don't understand that language, okay, that's only sound, right? So once you receive the sound through your ears, okay, it will trigger 3 other aggregates pretty simultaneously, which is what we call the perceptions, feelings, and mental formations. Think of mental formation as just the continuous stories that you connect one point with another. Okay, so once you receive that message, you will perceive that message to have a particular meaning, right? In a negative sense, you might think that you perceive that message as putting down on you, maybe saying that your siblings' time, your brother sister time is more important. Oh, your time is more important than mine. Okay, you might have that perception. And then the feeling, which is another aggregate, arise: dissatisfaction, dislike, unhappy or sad. Okay, a form of unpleasantness. Okay, the feeling of unpleasantness. Okay, and then some type of mental formations maybe even trigger back, like, oh, you remember this is not the first time you said that. Every time you just put your work, like last time, blah blah blah, you put your work more, your time is more important. This is not the first time. Okay, it's all this already play in your head. So remember, just a simple message like that, okay, it could trigger your perception of what that means, the feelings of unpleasantness, either sad or angry or dislike, and then triggering or leading you, just simply leading you to the different stories of the mental formations in your head. Okay, so this is very natural, okay, that it happens because we are human. Okay, we have these attributes. Okay, so how meditations and mindfulness work is really for how ourselves want to process it when we're able to listen or communicate with our siblings in this example. Okay, because especially nowadays, everything happens so fast. This type of human experience, the perception, what you perceive with that message, your feelings, and all these mental formations, when you think about it, it happens all in that same moment. Within seconds, within the split of a second, you can think of all this in mind, and that's why many times it escalates into arguments. Okay, and what simply I would credit how meditation and mindfulness practice can help on a regular basis is it helps you to look within. As you sit down, practice meditation, or simply walking meditation, or like conscious breath, like this. Just bring your attention to your breath. Not when you're being triggered. Okay, like normal practice, I'm simply observing my breath now. Just do 3 together with me. Simply observing what's going on, air going in and out through my nose. So this type of practice helps you to be become more an alert observer using simple things like your breathing, your touch, and etc. And what this gradually improve your self-awareness is the ability to observe within, to be able to observe like the subtle change that's happening within, the little changes of emotions, the little changes of mental formations and what you perceive, what someone say to you, what that means. You're able to kind of witness your natural tendency to react before you actually wanted to react back to your brother or sister. Okay, because you think about this way, in our human experience, you really, for most part, you cannot control what other people do, but what you react to actually have an influence on how they would react back. So meditations and mindfulness practice really just help you to a form of self-discovery of how you can enhance your own capacity to receive and process information from all different sources. And in this example is a topic about sibling rivalry. Going back to that example, if in that moment, let's say you credit to your practice, you're able to, when they say something to you, maybe immediately, previously, everything trigger, like I said, you perceive that message as negative emotional arise, and then you think back of all the past, and then you react back, maybe you argue back. Okay, that might be a typical past tense, but with you being able to become more a silent observer, once they say the same thing, you're able to witness the changes you have within, the subtle change. Oh, maybe I see myself a little upset, I see myself processing your statement or perceive your statement as an attack. But when I say that I see that, so who is that I watching what's going on within? It kind of have this separation, right? It's like this all-present, all-powerful awareness has a bird's eye view of what's going on within. And that's the separation that many of the great teachers talk about, that you're able to not be hijacked by those perceptions and feelings and all this mental formation. And that just that break, that silence that you're able to observe is the key to self-development and making better choices. It's hard to pack so much into one, but I hope this gives a little bit more insight of how meditations and mindfulness and how our human experience all interconnect. Thank you.